Now, chat. I saw this video popped up from Hero Hey, right? Apparently, defending men is a bad thing to do these days, apparently. So apparently some VTubers got doxxed on freaking defending guys. All right? Look, man. I love my men and I love my women, okay? I love both of them. I respect both of them, you know? They both got their upsides. They both got their downsides, you know? What do we do? Well, I don't know. We're going to find out to see what it is, you know? Scoo and a few others. We're going to find out which VTubers they are. Let's find out, shall we? Let's go see what the Twitter, what do we say? Twitter freaks, right? Let's see what the Twitter freaks are up to real quick.
There's been so much crazy stuff happening in the VTuber space lately. All the Cinder stuff.
True.
The raccoon stuff.
True.
Kirsha leaflet stuff that just happened.
True.
And now also, recently, VTuber Scoo-chan, hopefully I said that right. But yeah, Scoo-chan got some crazy hate from a Twitter freak type getting like 2,500 likes on a tweet that was getting all mad at her because she had the audacity to disagree with feminist extremists trying to incite violence against people and like advocating for violence against people. Similarly, Kitsu has had a lot of harassment sent her way because she's also standing
up. Bye, YouTube. What are you talking about? Bye. We just barely started.
For men.
Hey, Crib.
And in particular, her situation, looking at it, she had like this crazy stalker for a number of weeks. So she's been dealing with like all kinds of crazy stuff for a while. But that's culminated over the last 24 hours or so with these extremists also doxing her. So yeah, we'll get all the context to that stuff. That's just like the prelude, the intro. Now on to the madness. I saw this.
Oh, her. Oh, I forgot about her name, to be honest. I know who she is. I've seen a couple of videos, but I never knew her name. So
this tweet going around yesterday. You can see it's got 2,500 likes. But first, let's get the context to what they're responding to. That being this tweet from May 12th from Scoo-chan, who says, "The amount of people in the comments who just don't get that men want a cute, loving girlfriend is beyond me. They call them creeps for wanting actual love and not a girl boss who only wants your money."
Facts. So true. So true indeed.
That responding to this clip that was getting a ton of traction on Twitter. You can see here, 146,000 likes, 44.2 million views. And we'll take a brief scroll through this clip. I'm not going to play the whole thing because you know how YouTube DMCA can be. And then I'll show you the synopsis for this anime. So it's from this anime, Josie Tutora. Synopsis being, equipped with his passion for diving and admiration for marine biology, university student Sunio Suzukawa tries his best to juggle several part-time jobs to earn enough money to study abroad. But one night, in a fateful accident, he meets a girl in a wheelchair, driving his current path into a detour. The girl, Kumiko, who prefers to be called Josie, initially comes off as rude. Sunio, however, is then convinced by Josie's grandmother to take on the paid job to be Josie's caretaker. Despite being annoyed with her bossy demeanor, Sunio sees the opportunity to save more funds to support his academic dream. Nevertheless, after putting up with Josie's behavior for some time, Sunio tries to quit, only to discover Josie's dreams of traversing the outside world to experience a life free from her crippling condition. Changing his mind, Sunio decides to accompany Josie in exploring the wonders that the world has to offer. Through their time together, the two begin to realize that the traits that bind them may be vital toward fulfilling their respective aspirations.
That's cute.
So yeah, once again, then this clip gets posted to Twitter. Scoo-chan responds saying,
I think that I've seen this video before. I thought it was cute. You know, I was like, that's adorable.
People in comments who just
but not on
don't
Twitter,
get that men
of
want
course.
a cute, loving girlfriends beyond me. They call them creeps
It's
for
not on
wanting actual
YouTube.
love and not a girl boss who only wants your money. And yeah, in the responses to that clip, there were all kinds of toxic responses like this one saying, weird since most men abandon their disabled and chronically ill spouses. That getting a community note that says, this claim most likely refers to a widely cited 2015 study suggesting that men are more likely to leave their disabled or chronically ill spouses. This was retracted due to a coding error that invalidated its conclusions. Other weird people taking a different approach. For example, this comment that says, that's a little girl. This is weird. Community note saying she's 24. Or this one, for example, that says, you show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority. You show this as fantasy because it's not true for the majority of men who participate in abuse of disabled people.
What? Where? Whoa, damn, these comments are going, where are these comments coming from? Where are these logics are coming from? That's the one thing I want to talk about.
Huh? No, most men do not abuse disabled people. OP's like, did you even try to think before telling that lie? We know this is demonstrably false because we know most disabled people are abused, so at least half of those doing that are men. That's just from common sense. It gets exponentially worse looking at the actual data. The actual data you mentioned showed that less than 25% of men left their disabled partners, which, if you didn't know, is way less than 75%. That person then going on to
Good night,
hit
Queso.
us with wall of text.
What the
Activate
fuck
my trap
is
card.
this?
Not mere force, wall of text. And people responding to this saying things like, this doesn't really debunk what he said. Yeah, that's what he said. This is in absolutely no way an indication that the majority of men abuse people with disabilities, you freaking numpty. Claims evidence, cites a survey. Surveys are not evidence. In fact, their use in research papers discredit research institutions as a whole. We're not going to go read that whole thing. I'm just giving you some examples of like the toxic comments, right? So let's get back to the main point. That being Scoo Chan pointing out the toxic responses and how people are so bizarre to get angry over this minute-and-a-half almost anime clip, where we then get this person suffering from complete political brain rot, responding to Scoo Chan, getting 2,500 likes on this response that reads, another VTuber grifting to the right, using culture war as the focal point of their politics, and posting 2 screenshots, one of a video Scoo Chan made that says, Scoo is shocked at how violent feminists are on the internet, and the second one saying, Scoo is fed up with women punching down on men. But let's go back to the first one here. You can see the thumbnail. Why are they like this? And showing a tweet where someone said, I would love to grab her by the hair, and redacted her face against the fridge in response to a woman posting a picture of herself, presumably, with the hashtag tradwife and feminine. And the second one.
Tradwife? What is that? I feel like I keep learning new words every day. What? What does tradwife mean?
Showing this comparison between like women's romance and men's romance. And so a lot of people called.
Oh, traditional wife. Oh, okay, I see. I don't know. I'm more old school personally.
This person out for their brain rot take. Here's my response saying, so this VTuber Scoo Chan made some takes that disagreed with unhinged feminists.
Oh, just a normal wife.
People,
oh, okay.
And your response was to get upset at Scoo Chan, bring up politics, the culture war, and call her a grifter. What? It's
okay. I was called a grifter too in the Monster Hunter community. Apparently, they call me a grifter just because I didn't like Monster Hunter Wild, and I thought Monster Hunter Wild was easier. You know, it was just, which it is. It freaking is. There's a video on it. Someone explaining it. The reason why Monster Hunter Wilds is just not that great.
Back to that person's take, we can see other responses such as Akuma Miko saying, fellas, is it political to be a man? Nani, the Ghost Cat VTuber, saying, caring about and respecting men does not make you a bad person.
Yeah, of course it doesn't.
Welcome. Shuonhead even leaving a response that says, didn't know who this was, but checked out their channel because of this tweet. They're super cute and funny. Thanks. Got Smugalena laughing and saying, let's go, and Scoo Chan also saying, I love you so much. Check out this exchange where Rosie Belmu responds, and the OP also responds to Rosie. So Rosie says, this person doesn't even talk about politics. I'm so confused genuinely. Why are we attacking her? The OP Lycion saying, these are obvious political topics. I got these screenshots from her official YouTube channel. They literally mentions feminists and punching down in the title. Those aren't just speaking well about men. Rosie says, I guess I don't understand because I've seen many titles of people ranging from feminism to vegan, etc., who are just very loud on Twitter. Usually they don't represent the normal majority for whatever group and use it as a shield. And it's good to call out when people like this are being crazy online. And I don't really get the meme comp thumb being an issue. Also, issue even from the US. I just feel like 2 thumbnails meaning this conclusion feels in bad faith. This complete wacko then responds to Rosie and says, the issue is that this women punching down on men have it so bad thing is a fabricated incel narrative.
No, men do have it bad. Yeah. No, it's not fabricated. You can see it throughout the media itself, and how women how women treat guys. It's pretty much it, you know? It's right there. It's literally right there.
It's a subset of sexless, women-hating a-holes making up an issue to distract from women's problems, or outright saying they're deserved, and she just wants the money. What the frick, dude?
Huh?
Rosie's like, okay, but the post doesn't say that. What you're saying isn't even the post we're talking about. Is this your own lore added with no context? It's exhausting. The irony of this person talking about fabricated incel narratives as they literally do the thing that they're getting mad at and accusing other people of doing. Zero self-awareness. Unfortunately, a common thing to see on the internet.
The incel thing.
The good news is it seems to come from a minority of toxic.
Look, I'm gonna be honest here with you guys. I have no idea what the fuck incel means. I have no idea what incel means.
Weird people, and they are getting more and more pushback from everyone else these days. And all of that takes us over to Kitsu's response, quote tweeting Lycion and saying, "As this is something that was done to me, screw you. Screw you, screw the woke, screw the extremist left BS. Women supporting men exist.
Yeah, of course.
You are only bitter because no man wants you."
Facts. 100%. Like most of Coast chat. What do you mean? The only reason why, right? This is the number one, because I know my YouTube audience are going to be like, huh? How does she not know what incel means? Number one, I didn't grow up with the internet. I didn't get the internet until way later. And even then, on top of that, I never bothered being on social media, okay? I was outside of the spectrum. I was doing work. I was contributing to society. I was basically like, you know, earning a living, you know, hanging out with friends, playing video games, playing in my own inner circle, minding my own business. I'm just saying, I was just running a normal life, you know, waking up, going to work, coming back from work, playing some video games, go to sleep, rinse and repeat. Days off, I relax, I do some drawing and stuff, you know, and that's it. And so it's basically maidenless men. Oh, but you know, you'll eventually find someone. There's always someone. There's always that special someone for them, you know. You just gotta go out and explore, you know.
Look how base this is. Person says, "You are about to get jumped so hard." Kitsu's just like, "I don't care anymore. I don't even care." Oh my gosh, look at this pathetic response though. Kitsu seems nice, but like, this stuff she says just platforms a lot of genuinely harmful rhetoric. Yeah, the people harassing like others for disagreeing with people who incite violence, I think that's like the harmful stuff. But no, get mad at the people for calling that out. Come on, dude. That's where things got a lot worse though, as it takes us to this tweet where Kitsu says, "Welp, cat's out of the bag. A lot of you have seen it by now. I've been doxxed. Authorities have already been informed. And you know why I've been doxxed? Because I dared say I support men. If you see it, kindly report the post. Thank you." Okay, I legit had some people come at me and be like, "How could you get doxxed when you posted your face yourself?" There's more than just faces in regards of personal information. Like, and yeah, she's completely right about that. But the good news is they can't stop her. She's just too based.
See, this is the reason why I don't share any information about myself, you know? Because you got people like this. They're crazy. I don't want people coming up well, if they try to come to my house or something, you know, if I got doxxed or something and they try to come to my house, let's just say my two older brother, they're gonna be ending up in the hospital, you know, or maybe buried 10 feet under, you know, by my older brothers. That's about it. So, you know, my brothers don't take shit, you know. If they, you know, I've told one of my older brothers or so, is like, if I get doxxed or anything like that, will you have my back? And they're like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, they'll be buried 10 feet under." And I'm like, bet.
Seems like she's in good spirits. She's handling this pretty well. She's been streaming for like hours today. I checked briefly on her stream and it seemed like she's like chilling, having a good time. So these Twitter freaks basically accomplished nothing.
Are your brothers single? One of them is, well, one of them is not, kind of, and my other older, the half blood related is kind of, but kind of not really, and my full blooded brother, he is single,
and only made themselves and all their rhetoric look even worse. Then on top of that, though, she's been dealing with this freaking stalker, like a literal stalker, since April. Saying here, you know what, since this guy is harassing me over supporting men, I will say it again. Men deserve love. Simple.
Let's go.
And we can see
let's go.
this person who's like obsessed with her and been stalking her.
What the fuck?
Made a ton of different accounts that she keeps blocking him on. So she's had...
That is some weird mentally ill person, dude.
harassment. She's had stalkers, people obsessed with her, trying to ruin her life, dox her, etc., all because, once again, she's like making some of the most reasonable takes you possibly can, such as men deserve love. That's it. For another...
Literally just saying men deserve love, and she's getting doxxed for it. Well, I'm gonna say it here. I love men too. Thank you for the follow. Welcome.
For example, I think
that's
this
true.
tweet she
You're
made
not
back
wrong,
on
Hyper.
March 15th was one of the ones that initially got all these weirdos going after her to begin with, where she said, "Men deserve to be loved."
Nice,
and
congrats.
Right. And this got her responses like, "Oh, shut up. No, they don't. Interaction bait. Nobody cares. Men deserve nothing. Blocked. This is VTuber speak for. I need more donations." Of course, it's a frickin' VTuber saying this. All you do is pander to gooner incel dudes who probably have a parasocial relationship with you. Men are not oppressed. Bro, look at this one at the very top. I'm not even gonna repeat that one. If you're not watching this video though, it's...
What's wrong with you? What's literally wrong with you? What's wrong with these people? These are probably like single... These are probably like single fat ladies or so, because that one looks like she has like a K-pop. She has like a K-pop profile picture. That one also has a K-pop profile picture. That one looks like I don't know, looks like from The Last of Us, probably. I don't know, she looks like from the girl from The Last of Us. They're probably some like fat women or so, you know, that probably gets like no dick, you know. They probably haven't got laid, and that's pretty much it. So
basically a take calling for men to all be publicly life-ended. It's freaking crazy thing to say. And right below that, whole society, religion, and state is made to coddle them. What more do you want? And just to clarify, when I say not watching, I mean like if you're looking away or you're audio only right now, you know, that's what I mean. One more example of these sort of people getting really upset at Kitsu, and there are many, many examples. I'm just not going through all of them in this video, of course, but we'll take a look at this one where she said, "I hate feminism," and this person's like, "Girl, you need to shut the F up." So mad. Kitsu responds saying, "I already stated this, but modern feminism is toxic and not needed anymore in the West. The first wave of feminism was amazing, but if you can't realize that modern feminism is toxic, then you're part of the problem."
True.
This other person says, "If this is your way of gaining fans, it's very pathetic and embarrassing." Pathetic and embarrassing, huh? That actually describes the people going after Kitsu pretty dang well. And so, little bonus here at the end. I actually just got sent some DMs from Kitsu, DMs that she's getting from complete psychopaths. Like, I don't even know how to put into words how freaking crazy these people are. Look at this stuff, man. She got a DM that says, "You are not safe," with like random emojis. What the frick? They're probably not random. This person probably put some thought into it. It's thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use these. But like, dude, what's wrong with you? It gets worse. She gets this DM that talks about like...
I would laugh my fucking ass off if you got swatted and shot by the police because of your dogs, and I'm also certain nobody would miss you. Damn. These people, chat, can we open up the insane asylum again? Can we use, because I know Donald Trump is opening up Alcatraz again. Can we just put all the crazy people over there in Alcatraz? Like, can we just like round them all up and just put them over there? You know, can we just do that? Is that Twitch? Hey, Hag Lover, welcome. Where's Batman? I don't know. Can we just like, let's just, you know, if Donald Trump opens up, you know, Alcatraz again, right? Because I know there's some talk or so apparently that he's gonna open up Alcatraz. Can we just put can we just put these crazy people over there? Let's just put them over there. You know, let's just put them all in their. Put them all on their own island and see if they survive as a society itself, you know? And then we can study them, you know?
I want to repeat this, dude. It's so bad. Like, talks about laughing if the cops ended up, like, breaking into her house because of the docs, like, swatting her and freaking, you know, doing that stuff to her. You're freaking psycho. Says, I'm certain nobody would miss you. And then look at this. This is a bunch of DMs that she's getting from who seems to be that like stalker of hers. This is just
what? I just want to let you know a few things. Let's just say that I can't promise that myself and others won't get hurt if things get out of hand. Miss Andri, wait, what? Miss Andri is the culture of the world? What the fuck is Miss Andri? I've never heard of that before. You all deserve to suffer. I live only for my beloved. Wait, what? I lived only for my beloved, but the world will always bring out my despair. My beloved was the only one who protected me over a year ago. Keep your fake sympathy to yourself because humanity is too screwed up to have any left. You don't know how much I wanted to irk people so much. Yeah. She's married. She's Delulu. Miss Andri is a society where women are in control. Look, man, if there is a society where women only control an entire country, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. That entire country would probably die off in 80 years. Because you want to know something? They won't be able to reproduce. That's number one. Number two, they won't be able to build cities to a absurd amount. Because you want to know something? Guys are stronger, they're smarter, and they're faster in certain subjects and areas. Why do you think in construction sites there are only guys? There's a reason why. Because they're stronger and they get things done faster. If a woman, or not a woman, but if women, let me just put this better. If women in general decided, well, these crazy ones anyways, if they decided to make a society, like a country, if we put them all on an island to make their own society, they won't be done anytime soon when it comes to making, you know, a city. That means they gotta hunt their own food. They gotta start, you know, making an economy over there. They gotta start learning how to do all this shit in their own little island over there. So they gotta do all that shit. So, but I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't think they would survive very long. They'll probably start complaining or something, then they'll probably come back. You know, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. There's that TV show where they put a group of women on an island, and they put a group of men on an island, and you saw the difference that the guys were being more successful than the women, because the women are just sitting there and complaining and crying and moaning and bitching and all this other stuff, you know? That's why I love my men. You guys are strong, you guys are powerful, you know, and I respect that at the end of the day. So, like, why wouldn't I respect my fellow bros out there in my community, you know? I mean, you guys did amazing things. Your forefathers did amazing things, so I'm just saying.
Just so crazy. Look what this person says. I just want to let you know a few things. Let's just say that I can't promise that myself and others won't get hurt if things get out of hand. What? Oh my gosh. Misandry is the culture of the world. You all deserve to suffer. I live only for my beloved, but the world will always bring out my despair. Bro.
You know how like, you know, let me bring this up real quick. You know how like that one stupid riddle or so that the women made or so? Would you rather be stuck in the forest with a bear or a man? I'd be like, I'd rather choose the man any day of the week, because you want to know something? At least he would help me out if we are stuck and it's raining, because he can build a shelter. He can also scavenge for food, and I can help him scavenge for food. And he can also find ways or so to be able to you know, be able to find help, you know. And if I fall and if I break my ankle or something like that, he'll be there to help me out, you know, compared to a bear would just fucking eat me, you know. Well, technically I would technically destroy the bear with my void powers, but you know, we're putting this in retrospective, okay? All right. If I don't have void powers, it's a different story, okay? You know, it's just, you know.
Thinks he's the main character. My beloved was the only one who protected me over a year ago. Keep your fake sympathy to yourself, because humanity is too screwed up to have any left. You don't know how much I've... Whoa, we ain't reading that part. Talks about how much they want to take the lives of other people is what they said there. So much, and I only resisted for my beloved. Hidden media. Oh, wait, what? Okay.
Huh?
It's not hidden anymore. Wait. I was expecting something a lot worse than that. They say, here's what an example of someone who can actually have sympathy, kind, sweet, wholesome, and reserved. The type
so
of...
they're showing a cute anime girl and saying, here's my example. Take it as factual facts. Interesting. Interesting. Major is like new 52 DC Amazons they killed and or abandoned or sold into slavery. Male Amazons babies that were born, they abducted, assaulted, and killed male sailors to reproduce. Huh?
A wholesome person
I don't know what that is.
Who gives head pats and snuggles to their loved ones. They have sympathy. You don't. You think all of your fans are tards. You escalate drama constantly, and it's why you got doxxed. Why should I believe someone like you has sympathy when you don't care about your own community? You say they're tards, and you even did today. VTubers like yourself still feel sad that your harassment campaign over AI art failed, and you're not passive enough to actually have sympathy? That's why I did this. Misandry is the culture of the world, and the only people who can truly back against it, they do it in silence because they're too passive to become as immoral as you and me. You should have been too passive even post. Men deserve sympathy and love. It's some BS grifting, manipulating your audience. I don't care about the political BS, but you pretending to be like my beloved disgusts me.
So talking about like men and giving your love out to men automatically equals to political stuff? It's just okay. All right. I guess so. I guess.
Wow, yeah, I feel gross after reading that. I feel like I just read someone's like really bad fan fiction. And yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it for today. I'm also kind of out of time now, but I do think that was like all the main stuff going on here. So crazy stuff indeed. Let me know what you think about all this. Kitsu, stay safe. Like, what the frick? What the frick did we just read, guys? But yeah, all the VTubers in this video seem really cool, nice, and based. So consider checking them all out. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed my coverage, please also...
Honestly, crazy people. I'm gonna be honest with you. These people are crazy. But that's why no one likes them, you know? They're probably single, they're alone, they're probably fat, and they're a bunch of losers, you know? Who can't get any dicks, you know? I'm just saying. But hey, you know what? You do you at the end of the day if you want to do that. But yeah, anyways, that's the end of the video. You guys can comment, like, subscribe to all that fancy jazzy stuff. Yeah, say bye-bye to the YouTube frogs. Take care. Anyways, There's no hating on.
Grab his dick and twist it!
Oh my god, dude, this is an MMA fight, dude. This is
You
too much.
twist that dick!
Twist his dick!
Twist his dick!
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, dick twist!
Why are we twisting dicks here? No, Black Ops, that's not what we're doing here, okay? All right. Anyways, yeah, love your men. Women out there, love your men, okay? All right? Because I'm gonna be honest with you. If this was such a woman society, I'm gonna be honest with you. The whole woman society thing would probably go extinct. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's the end of the video. And peace.